What's up everyone, welcome to this video. I got Fortnite updating in the back. Not much of a gamer, but I go through phases where I play games for a few weeks or something, so I've been playing Fortnite recently. But I want to make a quick video. I haven't done a video about my footwear in a long time. I don't really remember when the last time I put out a footwear video was, but I think over the past few years it's changed a little bit for me, and I've picked up some pretty cool shoes that I wear on the regular. So I figured I'd do a video today just kind of going over my current footwear rotation. I think it's about 5 shoes that, I wear pretty consistently. These are some of my favorites right now. And I think they kind of have more of a fall winter vibe to them. So that's why I wanted to put this one out. So I figured I'd film this one outside today, change of scenery a little bit. And weather's pretty nice right now in LA. Fall time, and it's like 69 outside right now, so pretty nice to be outside and enjoy the weather. But I'm also filming on the iPhone. I got the newest iPhone, so I kind of wanted to test it out. It makes it really easy because I edit on Final Cut Pro, and iCloud basically just sends the clips over, and I don't have to do anything as far as like SD card changes or anything. So I wanted to test that out with this video. But the first pair of shoes that are basically have been in my footwear rotation for the past few years is this pair of Visvim boots. Right now I'm forgetting the exact name of these Visvim boots. I got these on Grail many years ago for a really good price. The retail of these, I think it's like $1,000 something, and I got it for significantly cheaper. And I think it's usually hard to find these in my size because I'm like a 45 or a US 12. So I was really excited when I found these. I've worn these a ton over the last few years. I've really kept them in nice condition. I usually clean them fairly often with like a suede brush and suede cleaner. They're super comfortable. I've walked all day in them and haven't really had any issues. I like that they're very high. It creates a really cool look depending on how you want to wear your pants as well. These are definitely a shoe that I'm going to keep for a long time, probably forever. Excited that I picked these up a few years ago. These are going to be a consistent kind of shoe in my rotation. Next up is another pair of boots. Wanted to get the boots out of the way first. But this is a pair of Danner Mountain Lights, I'm pretty sure. I got these back in April when I visited my friend in Portland, Oregon, and they had a Danner store there. And in Oregon, you don't have any tax or sales tax, so I decided it was probably a cool time to buy these because I got to try them on in person, and then I saved some money on tax, so that was cool. What stood out to me first was kind of just this color of this leather along with the laces. I just kind of like how these look together. That's why I went for this particular pair. I had been eyeing a pair of Mountain Lights for a while, and I hadn't seen this color online, or I just hadn't looked enough. So when I saw these in person, I was like, yeah, those are probably the ones. I wore these quite a bit when I first got them, maybe 15 to 20 times. Then it got hot in LA, so I didn't wear them anymore. I put them in the closet for a few months, and now that it's been cooling down again, I've brought them back out, and I've been wearing them. And these broke in super quickly. Probably after a few hours of wearing them, they're already broken in. They're really comfortable, easy to walk in. I really like how they look. They're a little bit of a different vibe, which is cool. Fit well with all the pants that I wear, so these are a really nice one for me, and I've been wearing these a lot as it's gotten a little bit cooler here. Next up is a pair of loafers. This is a pair of Celine loafers that I got on eBay maybe 3 years ago, I think. Pretty sure I got these on eBay, maybe Grailed, but I feel like it was most likely eBay. I had maybe 4 pairs of loafers up until a few months ago when I decided to get rid of all of them except this pair because I felt like, these were the ones that I liked the most, and these are the ones that I wear the most often. I don't really need 4 pairs of loafers. I just need one that I'm going to wear consistently. These are really comfortable, fit me well. I probably wore them a lot more than the average person wears a Celine loafer. The average Celine loafer owner wears their loafer, I guess. But I got these for really cheap on eBay, so that was awesome. They're super comfortable. I just like how they look, really classic and not much going on. Cool that they're a high fashion brand, I guess. Next up is a pair of On shoes. I'm pretty sure these are the Cloud Monsters. They have a really insanely thick sole. They give me like an extra 2 inches in height when I'm wearing them. These are a very easy shoe to kind of just throw on when you don't want to think about anything too much, or when you're going to be on your feet for a while, want something comfy and light. These are really cool to me because you don't have to tie them. They kind of just have these elastic laces at the front, have this like kind of loose vibe, but you don't have to tie them. You basically just slip them on and you're good. So that's something that was kind of calling out to me when I ended up choosing this kind of model. Yeah, not a ton to say about these. They're really comfortable to wear, all day, walking around, no problem. They have a bunch of different kind of interesting colors. I really like how these look. And the last pair is basically my everyday sneaker. I wear these every day all the time, and I don't really feel like thinking about anything at all. These are like my go-tos basically, and these are a low top pair of Pia Flyers. I think these are the classic low models. For this pair I had a black pair with a white toe cap, and I wore those for 8, 9, 10 months until they were super beat up. And I got this pair, and a few days ago on Black Friday they had like a really good sale, so I went and bought another black pair. So really like these. I like how they look. People are always going to have their preferences, whether they say Pia Flyers or Converse or things like that. Me, I just kind of like how they look. I like the silhouette. I like that they're a little bit different. They have this like outer edging around the toe area. Not a ton to say about them. They're just a really good shoe to be your kind of go-to sneaker. And yeah, these are my go-to. I have a lot of love for Pia Flyers. I've been wearing them for a while. All right, I realized I had one more pair of shoes to go over that I forgot to include in the clip yesterday, but this is just an Adidas Brain Dead collab. I think the model is called like the Japan or something, like Japan Low maybe. These are really cool, really low profile, really comfy, even though the sole is so thin. You know, what just stood out to me was just how they looked at like their design with all these flames around them and kind of this suede lining on the outside. So yeah, not a ton to say about these. I just really like how they look. I personally like shoes that are a little bit low profile, so these have been just really fun to wear and really easy to rock. They're really crazy shoes. And that wraps up my current footwear rotation for I guess the current fall and winter season. But a lot of these shoes are shoes that I wear pretty consistently throughout the year, so a little bit of boots in there as well, and then obviously some sneakers and things like that. If you like this video, leave a like. I really appreciate everyone watching the last few videos that I put out. It seems like people have been enjoying them. That's been really awesome for me. Yeah, definitely thanks for watching.